Alright guys, well, we're about to get into the grand final here, guys, and it's actually news to me, I didn't realize, but this is a best of three. This is the best of three right here.
This is news to everybody.
That's fantastic. I think that the other European ones went the same, but ESL didn't update their website. So when I was looking at the brackets earlier, I'm like, damn, that's a little anticlimactic. You're going to end it on a best of one, but best of three, let's do it. And I'm Sprawl by my side, Laser. Ready to bring you some action, guys. Are you stoked or what, Laser?
Yeah, I thought this would be just a quick night, you know, a couple best of ones. We didn't get to cast the last one, sadly, due to some complications, you could say. But this one, first map's going to be Nuke, and from when I was watching Tarek stream a little bit, and I just want to thank Tarek so much for working with us as well. But apparently the maps are going to be Nuke, Dust 2, and Cache if needed for the third. Knives for sides every single map. So whoever can claim the CT side here by winning the knife round, I mean, on Nuke, it's as crucial as ever. Even more so than Overpass, I'd say, which are now the two mostly CT-sided ones.
Agreed, and to start off the best of one with that kind of momentum, it would be huge for either side. So it is going to be very important, but we still have yet to actually get into the knife round here. So we're just waiting it out. In the meantime, though, guys, we do have a couple giveaways we can talk about here. So the Cyberware LLC one. If you guys want to check us out on Facebook, RGN, and like our page there, like the Cyberware LLC page as well. You can be entered in to win a GTX 960 graphics card. So it's a beautiful graphics card.
Can we enter that?
I wish. I wish.
I feel like in my computer, it'd be like putting a Ferrari engine in my 97 Monte Carlo I have right now.
Oh yeah, just drop it in. Just drop it in. No problems. So yeah, definitely, guys, check that out. All you need to do is like both of those pages. That's the extent of how to enter, and we'll be announcing the winner of that when we're done our cast on February 15th. So definitely check that out.
Yeah, thanks, Cyberware. How much is that sucker worth?
It's a couple $100. I'm trying to think the exact retail price, but I don't have it off the top of my head. But it's definitely not a cheap graphics card, so definitely hit that up if you're in need of some graphic goodness. We've got new games like Dying Light. I was playing a lot of that. Requires a pretty good graphics card. Requires a pretty good graphics card, so anyhow, it does look like we are going to be getting into the knife round here, so everybody's saying have fun, maybe some other words exchange as well, but we're going to stick with the have funs, and we're going to be knifing here. Again, it's eLevate versus CLG. This is the Katowice ESL 1 online qualifiers for North America, so definitely a lot on the line here.
And this knife round, I mean, whoever gets the CT side, and I love this red box usage outside. You see a lot of teams try to boost up. I don't think it really has any effect. I think it kind of works out worse for whoever jumps out on top of the box. But if eLevate has a really strong CT side, and they're already up 2 on this knife round, and they may even clean sweep it. Oh my god. Wow. Look at this. All 5 PTR or Cutler running for his light. Oh my god. So, CT side for eLevate. And, man, this could not be a better start for them. If they win the pistol round, this is as perfect as can be for eLevate. And I really think if eLevate was going to have a chance, they need to take, in this best of 3, they need Nuke.
Yeah, and it looks like eLevate practices knife rounds, at least on Nuke. Like, they had that locked down. Tarek was all by himself, and it's like they practiced that. They're like, if one guy's on the right there by himself, everybody just sprint for him. And Tarek got dropped immediately. So, exactly, isolate the enemy. So, if there's one map that you want to practice knife rounds, this is probably going to be up there with one of them. So, definitely a big win off the get-go for eLevate. Now, though, the knife round, they need to make sure that they don't let CLG gain any momentum, as we know that CLG, you might give them the slight edge in this best of 3. eLevate wants to make sure that they don't feel that edge. They want to shut them down early and often. So, pistol round underway. We've got armor on 3 of the CTs. We've got Rush with a defuse kit, and it looks like the terrorists are heading outside here.
Yep, strong outside take. Only one player outside right now for eLevate. We got one in heaven as well. XP3 goes down. This is as good a start as ever for CLG, and they are ignoring Secret entirely. They are rushing straight into under heaven, and they're going to go for the boost. Rush is in danger right now. If the heaven player falls, so will eLevate. Is it so easy? That position is so critical, and they have boosted a member up. They're going to double peek him. They're going to try to be splitting upper. Wow, Rush holds with a nice headshot onto Hayes. That cuts off one prong of the attack, and now eLevate is stabilizing as CLG wonders what they need to do at this point.
Yeah, they're kind of stuck outside. We see Tarek going for some peeks where he is doing damage to Rush, but he's got Storm out there as well, and they're kind of stuck in a hard place here. That smoke grenade from Rush was great. They smoked off Mini, kind of getting rid of that avenue of attack, and they're still stuck outside. We've got one player, I believe, has gone down lower and now is coming up through the vents, but that's going to be eLevate getting the frag, and Tarek team kills, and that's going to be the end of the round as Roka gets a headshot on Tarek. What a round for eLevate. That is the momentum that they really need, that I was talking about. Now, after this pistol, they're going to be feeling confident moving into the rest of this. Now anti-eco's here.
Precisely. Once when Rush got that Heaven headshot, that really set his team up. Because there was only one player. The only thing I didn't like about that strat from CLG, they boosted one guy into Heaven, and then had the rest try to come in through Mini. But once Heaven is dropped, that leaves everybody coming through Mini, and versus a bunch of people upper, that is never a good option for the terrorist side. Let's see from the terrorists now. Wow, they're going for some Tech 9 spam through the windows. That's a new one on me. But hell, you got over 100 bullets in that sucker, so might as well go for it. So where do the terrorist side decide to go? They are priming up for inner, and here they come, rushing straight out of upper and just getting destroyed. It's going to be a flop round. Roka even going for the knife. He ain't going to get it, but a lot of money earned there by Roka, and eLevate is going to be up 2.
Yeah, good round, good shutdown there from the CT lineup. They were trying to flash through. We had someone on lobby roof there flash through the skylight, so they're trying to just go with that kind of basic upper take, one flashbang through the roof, but didn't work out as there was many a CTs with shotguns waiting, so not a bad idea from them as well, as if you can get away with it, it's a lot of money in your pocket, so building that kind of monetary advantage early on is going to be great for them. So another eco round from the T's. Right now we've got Peter and Tarek working up towards Twinkie. We've also got Hazen Cutler working outside. So FNS, the only one in inner at the moment, and he's actually just right outside of hut, just hoping to get a pick here, but Roka, he's going to take Tarek down. Here's a little bit of noise, and that's going to be the spam. And we are going to see XB3 picking up one rush with one eLevate as well. And now it's Finesse. He's pushing towards ramp room here. He does see Storm. He's putting significant damage onto him, gets the frag. So that's going to be a rifle in his hand. Unless Rush has something to say, and he certainly does, as he gets the frag there. 4 people left alive, so still lots of money in the pocket of the CTs.
God, and that is such a Roka play with that spam, too. I remember back at ESCA LAN when I was still playing, the guy, I went for a jumping auto sniper, that was a thing in Source and on the skylight, and they were on an eco round, and I just get 1D'd, you know? I just respected him as a player forever after that. So he definitely is capable of plays like those, but let's get into the first gun round. This is going to dictate a lot of how eLevate's going to have to play this, because you see 3 FAMASes still in the hands of eLevate, and one of the strengths of the first Terracide gun round is you're going to likely be versus a couple FAMASes, and obviously the AK is the superior weapon there. So if eLevate can take this round and suffer minimum casualties, they're going to be great coming into the later rounds of this half. But what is the side thing they are trying to take up outside? Wow, 2 critical frags coming in for CLG, Cutler, and Tarek. Take down both of the eLevate players outside, which puts eLevate in a really difficult spot trying to hold lower. Looks like they only have Rush in the vents, and Rush came up big for them before. He's going to have to come up even bigger here from inside the vents. He's getting flanked by Tarek. Everybody, things are about to turn up here as they enter the bomb site. It's going to be a free site for CLG as Roka and Rush go down, leaving it all up to the legend Storm. And that is a free, flawless round for CLG.
Yeah, and so much money in their bank now, as on the T side, if you can get that working for you, if you can make it to a point where if you lose and then you get another buy-in on the T side of Nuke, you're in a good spot. You're in a pretty good spot. And on the other side, we've got Roka picking up the auto sniper again, so he's wanting to build that bank up once again. The rest of the team are going to be purchasing M4s, so I do imagine he's going to be playing a close angle somewhere, but those frags early on in Yard, they just took outer control here, and we saw eLevate, he had the perfect opportunity as he was peeking up the steps, but they had eyes on it. I believe it was Cutler that was getting close there, ended up getting the frag, and they're getting peaky, and taking advantage of that is CLG. They're a team that they know the spots where they're going to be vulnerable from, so they're going to watch out, and that was a perfect case scenario for them. So now working a little bit slow here. We've got just working some picks. We've got eLevate boosted up. Heaven Rafters. He is actually going to be retreating back. Only Cutler outside here. So the rest of the players just working inner, and now Finesse will be flashing in. It should be an upper take as here they come. 3 coming out through Squeaky. Actually, Peter squeaking out through that window, but it's going to be 2 frags for Rush. He's still alive, and that's oh so important as Roka drops with the auto, and he gets 2 frags here. Cutler, the last one alive, and this is a rough spot. He's behind a smoke. They know his position. He's going to go down, and flawless round for the CTs. What a way to come back, getting 2 frags on Roka with that auto shotgun. Can't go wrong with that kind of money, and just a brilliant defense there.
And since the round prior, nobody died on the terrorist side. That's the only reason they could buy right now, and PTR is still forced to only roll out with a pistol. But great hold by eLevate. Roka didn't even have to show the fact that he had a shotgun on top of the hut till way late into the take. So, nicely done by eLevate. I love the counter nades, and puts them in a great position here to start establishing a massive CT lead, because if they could take this one, T's are obviously going to have to save the next round. And it looks like it's going to be an upper split for the CT side setup. It's looking real good right now. They're going to have a flank coming in from XP3 in just a second. Now here comes the pinch upper. If FNS can get this frag on the rush, that would be massive. But XP3 needs to get a move on. But PTR is watching. So he's in a tough spot here, but he's going to go for it anyway. CLG is slowly taking into the bombs. Like, wow! Cutler actually gets a knife, but it's CLG who claims the advantage in a 1 versus 2. Storm lurking inside of the lobby. Coming in through the squeaky now. Gonna open that door. Let PTR cross. Wow! Peter with a nice headshot onto Storm, negating their chances of winning the round. And now eLevate. They're gonna have 1 more round before they have to save on the CT side of Nuke, which is a bad spot to be in.
Exactly. This is going to be rough if they drop this round. On the other end of the sides here, we've got the T's picking up another, and they're going to be feeling good as 4-2, 7 rounds in. Not too shabby at all. As we've got Peter now working with an AWP once again. It's always a comfortable feeling as the CLG lineup when you can get him with a weapon like that. And oh, he is going to miss a shot onto XP3, actually. XP3 landing some good damage there. 42 left on Peter. So they're just kind of grouping up inside of lobby right now. I do believe they've got Tark. Yeah, he's up on top of Twinkie. Peter is going to be up there as well, but we do see some spray through the wall attempting to make that happen once again. Nothing connecting, though, as... Actually, no, Tark took a little bit of damage there, so down to 78, but nothing too sick as we do have 2 players on Twinkie, 3 heading out into Yard, and this is where Elijah will be, I do believe... Oh, no, he's in inner. He's in inner, so it's only Rush that's playing in Hell, and he is completely smoked off.
Yeah, it's all going to fall onto the shoulders of XP3, who's sitting down here. Let's get some eyes on XP3, because he is going to be the one who makes or breaks this round for the CLG side. He's holding the stairs here, and he needs to come up so big. They're lined up. He gets the first one, falls back into the site. That's exactly what eLevate needed. But now the rotate needs to get on quickly, because XP3 is still in danger. They're trying to fire him out, but he gets another one. Can he get the third? No, not yet, but Elige is there for the trade. And since XP3 got those initial frags, it set his team up for an lower hold perfectly. But look at this. If Hayes can get the bomb, make his way back to Vents, that's really his only chance now, because eLevate has a vice grip on the bomb, and Roka is going to take down Hayes. So eLevate, much needed round. You cannot save on the CT side of Nuke. You're giving away way too many rounds, but now it's the T side who are going to have to save. So very critical round won by eLevate, and it's going to be 5-2.
5-2 it is, and 2K on the board pretty much across for the T's, so looks like they're pretty much full saving. I believe Peter picked up a P250. Actually, I think it's P250s across the board. Hazed, the only one with the Glock. So some upgraded pistols, but not a lot invested here. They're just going to try and do some damage. Really important that you take down some players on this T side, as the money on the CT's still very low, and you can keep it that way if you get at least 1, maybe even 2 frags. So we're going to see Finesse making it all the way down secret. Does take a lot of damage, though, and Lige will pick up the first blood of the round. So Tarek on the bench. We do see a ramp play, though. Peter trying to get 1 as it's going to be up to Cutler. It's going to be it. Flawless round for the CTs. That's what they needed on their end, as, like I was saying, they really were hurting on money. So anybody having to rebuy was going to hurt their economy even further. So full, flawless round. They've got a little bit more to play with here.
And these pistols and nades that CLG is buying on their eco rounds might be hurting them, as that double save, I'm not entirely sure that it was due to the fact that they bought a couple pistols, but usually you don't gotta save more than once on the terrorist side. But Their money, I mean, their money wasn't that low, but I'm not for certain. It is speculating, but what are they going to do here? It looks like they're trying to come out the vent or the door fast, but got stifled by a smoke. So they're still waiting. They do have FNS who's priming up for the skylight smoke, and I believe that'll smoke out Heaven. So when that is thrown any minute now, then we are going to see the Terracide rush, and they got a bunch of deadly Tech 9s. Oh, they rush straight out. eLevate gets the first, second. No, he doesn't. PCR does get a frag. So eLevate still not out of danger just yet. This take still could be, well, for CLG, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen as PTR is the last man standing. They do take down 2 guns, but I'm not sure it offsets the amount of money that they spent themselves.
Yeah, we'll see if what the monetary situation's like next round, but as of now, Peter does have an M4 in hand. Wants to do a little bit more damage if he can. 35 seconds to do so, and he's going to head up the ladder, but Storm right on the other side. He's not going to miss that. Point blank into his crosshair. Will take the frag, and now 7-2 the scoreline. eLevate getting the rounds in, and that's what's important, although now their bank is starting to grow a little bit here. There was some worrying rounds, but now I think they're probably feeling fairly confident. It is going to be another rifle round, though, for CLG. So we've got EKs across the board, full nade set as well. That's oh so important on Nuke, as anything to help with any of the choke points. If you can work smokes, if you work flashes, that's why we see such intricate executes on this map. It just really is required.
Yeah, I thought they were going to go for a quick upper rush. They're nading out the door and throwing a couple nades out into upper, and in the meantime, they're taking into ramp. So quick upper fake into ramp. They do get the trade onto Storm. And I was just about to say, what I think one of the CLG's major strengths on these strat is their run and gun when they're taking outside, when they're taking bomb sites. They're so strong at it, and they are going quickly. They're going to go straight into lower. Another trade being exchanged. That's 3 trades in a row, down to a 2-on-2. And the bomb is about to be planted. Nobody is in position just yet. Yep, Roka gets into the vents. So nobody even wants to plant the bomb just yet. Very interesting round unfolding now. But it's going to be CLG who comes out on top. Roka, last man standing for eLevate, and he's in a perfect position to stop this right now. He's walking around the silo. Oh, perfect play from Roka. Gets the first one. Tarek with the trade. Such a huge round for CLG to pick up.
Man, such an intelligent play from Roka, getting the fragger in that situation instead of the bomb planter. Knows that one player is completely out of the situation while he's planting the bomb. That was Tarek, but wasn't able to connect on the second frag there. So Tarek picking up the round for his team. Now 3 on the board, and this is 2 was comfortable. 3. Now you're looking at trying to win out for certain. Not that they weren't before, but it is a little bit more worrying here for eLevate. But right now we see it is going to be an outer take. They've got 4 players out in yard right now. Tark close to Mini, the rest of them heading down to Secret. Peter gets dropped, and that's the bomb with it. So Tark will be able to recoup and make it down to Secret. But Finesse, the one to watch for, as he's going to try and push Rush. Rush getting the frag. And now it's a 5v3 as Tark, Cutler, Hazed still left up. The plane near Secret here. We've got Cutler putting some spray in through control room window. I don't know if he actually spotted someone there, but it's going to be XB3 playing in dark spot. He's pretty much the only soldier playing in this B site. So Liege very lit. He actually was in vents. Now heads back up into the upper site. Tark popping out of the vents here. So they are looking to execute lower, or at least make some noise, but XB3 pops out from dark spot. His location now known. Cutler and Hazed. Hazed lurking up towards Mini. Cutler still in lower. He tries to get a frag. XB3 gets another, though. And if this could be another flawless round for the CTs, it would be great for their economy, as we can see that pretty much all of them are broke. But Hazed will get a freebie onto Liege. Look in the wrong direction. Knows the bomb is dropped in lower. He's got 20 seconds to work with 4 CTs. So how does he make this into 4 1v1s is the question. He's going to flash out of vents here. Rush will get damage to 42, but Storm picking up the frag, and it's going to be 4 people left alive, so good monetary situation for eLevate.
Yeah, and how do you make it into 4 1v1s is the best way to put it, Clutch, because, I mean, that equation on Nuke versus other maps is, like, unsolvable. Like, the rotations from Nuke, I was just going to make a point earlier in the 3 versus 5. When you're down and you're trying to take into lower, or even upper for that matter, the CT side setup was so smooth, because they had all the information necessary. They had Roka pushing into lobby, so they know nobody's coming ramp. And the rotates are so fast that any 1 versus 1 you take within a half a second could quickly turn into a 2 versus 1, and you're getting traded. It's one of the strengths of CT side Nuke. Ooh, Cutler, one dig onto XP3. Two of his teammates traded in the meantime. eLevate is going to clean up this round in just a moment. Looks to be only 2 members up, but wow, a lot of frags coming in from the terrorist side. That's 3. And it's only 1 man up still, but it's Cutler. Dig gets 2, but not a bad round for the terrorist side at all. But they're running out of chances to get themselves more on the board. But 3 sometimes is enough if you win that pistol.
Certainly, and like you're saying, now it's not as much about economy as we are reaching the end of the half. It's more about putting the rounds on the board. So eLevate, they are obviously fully buying out here. They don't have a heck of a lot of money to play with, but it's going to be an eco that they're faced against. Actually, it's a bit of, still an eco. It's a bit of a force-up, though. They've got plenty of nades to work with and some upgraded pistols as well. So see if they can make it work here, as it looks like most of them heading out towards Yard. They're utilizing those smoke grenades so they can make their way over actually to Mini. So it looks like it could be a split from Lobby and Mini into the A site. But let's see here. Finesse actually firebombed out. He's going to run through, though, and he will go down. Cutler getting 1 onto Roka. Rush fires back. Tark getting 1. But it's going to be Peter left alone. He was the player outside. And he is working into Hell. Will be able to get a frag. Yeah, he will get another storm. That got a little bit worrying for a second as he took his time, but ends up getting the frag, so more damage done to the CTs. But like we said, as we're nearing the end of this half, it's less about money, more about the round. It's a 1v2. This is doable. Oh, he sees XP3. He drops, though, so that's plenty of information now for Peter, or rather for XP3. So 1v2. Peter just retreating to lower, and we'll see what he has in store for us.
Yeah, and there's a couple options you could do when you're in this situation. Either you could, what he's doing right now, you can fake lower, shoot the vents, and then go silent. No matter what, he has to do something and then go silent, just to throw a little misdirection. But XP3 didn't buy it, and he knows he's coming back. Nice play by XP3. Nice try by PTR. There's only so many things you can do in that situation. You could try to go back into Lobby. You could try to fall back and go Mini. Pretty much everywhere covered from eLevate. PTR might have pulled the trigger a little bit too soon there, not given enough time to make him think that he could be vents or even going all the way around to secret. Tons of theory there, but yeah, PTR went with fake and back into heaven. Didn't work out. XP3 has been around for forever. This man is not getting faked like that. But 2 more chances. If they can make it this a 10-5 or even 11-4, that looks so much better than a 12-3 here for eLevate. But here they come. The running gun, what I was talking about earlier, so strong for CLG. And they do get a trade. So in favor of the T's so far here. We still got 1 member lurking outside for CLG. We'll see if that comes into play later. But CLG is taking... There's the flank by PTR. They're taking into lower with authority right now. Only 2 players up for eLevate. Storm, he's lurking in the bomb site, but he only gets 1 before he's traded out. And a big round by CLG. That run and gun outside can't be stopped sometimes.
Yeah, especially with some insane riflers like Tarek and that kind of thing. They just keep on pushing, and unless you can really hit your shots, like we saw Storm there trying to switch his spray control over, but yeah, exactly. He missed a little bit of his the second player you spraying at, and he was dead. So that is going to be it, 10-4. As CLG, if they could make it 5, this is really, really upsetting for eLevate, as they were looking so good in this half, and to drop it this late, it's going to be Cutler and Hayes picking up the first 2 frags. XP3 finally fires back with his 5-7, gets a second as well. Finesse puts him down, though, and it's all up to Elige in a 1v2. Very lit, though, are the terrorists, and they realize this. They know where Elige is, dropping down to lower. Cutler heading to secret, Finesse planning the bomb. So Elige definitely has the HP advantage, but being that you could almost count the bomb as an extra player, it's going to be really rough if CLG plays this properly, which we've seen time and time again. 1v2s, they both peak perfectly, but FNS now gets the location of Elige, but goes down. 15 HP, Cutler, it's all down to him. He does have a Molotov, and it looks like he wants to utilize it towards the bomb, but that smoke's going to prevent it as he goes for it. Cutler will get the frag as Elige drops into the smoke, and that's a 10-5 half. Super good scoreline from CLG, especially a couple rounds ago. It was looking a little worrying for them. 5 rounds, you're living the dream on T-side.
Yeah, it's so funny on a map like Nuke in comparison with others that 12-3 and 10-5 makes the world of a difference. But just those 2 rounds can make or break you, especially if the pistol round is lost, because we've seen time and time again, Nuke is the comeback map. You can be down 14-1 and still do it from the CT side. But a lot of this is going to come down to if CLG wins the pistol. Who's going to be in the driver's seat is determined right now. So where does eLevate want to take this? They're going nowhere right now, just getting control of lobby and radio. They do have one guy working outside who's XP3. So, and some fake, so it looks like a fake outside here from eLevate. They do throw 2. Nobody from CLG is buying anything eLevate's selling right now. We still have a ramp player. They really haven't rotated positions at all. So, eLevate now revealing their hand. Oh, that's a big devastating nade. Almost 150 damage done. Are they going to try to wrap into heaven? That looks like the case. PTR, the player in question right now, needs to step it up for his team as nobody is inside of heaven. eLevate can go into rafters right now, and it would be uncontested. This is horrible right now for CLG.
Yeah, we are going to see Tark, though, picking up a crucial frag onto Roka. Gets dropped, though, by Elige. Hazed fires back and gets XP3. It's a 3v3 bomb being planted upper. Elige trying to reload, will get dropped. So it is a 2v2. Bomb is planted. Storm up in heaven. We've got Rush down on site. It's very low 10 HP. FNS gets the first frag. Now it's all up to Storm as they are both right near the bomb. FNS, though, goes... Yeah, that's going to be Hayes picking up the round. I thought he was going to be able to make a little bit more work there, but from heaven, they take him down Hazed with the shot, and that will be a 2K for FNS, 2K for Hazed, and the pissed around pickup. Like we said, the driver's seat, that is where CLG's sitting now.
Yeah, and you see Tarek going for that Mag 7, looking to invest quite a bit here. But Storm, in that 1 versus 2, I'm so confused why he would expose that much of his body, because obviously one's going to be covering. He went for the flash. They have a lot of time to react to that. So by running straight out and not showing just your head, not questioning CLG's aim at all, but Storm with a questionable play there in my eye. And his team does lose the round, but they did get the bomb down, so expect the AKs coming out next round. But here we go, Peter. Looking to put that scout to use outside. No frags just yet as they slowly push up outside, but finally CLG is going to put a stop to anything coming through. But look at that. Roka actually gets one. That's Tarek goes down, but not a huge loss. Only had a Mag 7, but nothing really happening here for eLevate. They know Peter's going to be playing outside with the scoped weapon, so they tried to test him. Didn't work out. All the support necessary was there for CLG to walk away with an easy round, 10-7.
Yeah, they got Tarek, but... 1 kill, better than none, definitely, but if you could get 2, that economic damage making those players rebuy just oh so important, so we will see. Obviously, Tarek has to buy up, so not a heck of a lot of money. FNS actually pulling it out of his pocket, I believe. He is sitting on $0 right now, so still some room for eLevate. They can pick up this round. Like we said, getting that bomb plant means they are buying up here, so... We've got a couple players working in lobby. It's going to be Roka, Rush, and Elige. And they've got Storm working outside, as well as XP3, I believe. Actually, yeah, Storm is outside as well. Tarek and Hayes just playing upper, just kind of working. It's not a stack because they're not on top of each other's head, but definitely it's going to be one right below the other. They're waiting for some sort of bust out here, but it's not going to happen. It looks like eLevate's just trying to wait out the smoke towards ramp. Cutler is going to be here. He's flashing himself in. But no pressure as of yet. Just playing very slow. eLevate knows how important this round is.
Yeah, if they could take this, this will be so vital to their terrorist side. Ooh, they do get a nice pick onto FNS. The player in question now is Cutler lower. He does have assistance from the vents right now, but if he can come up big from this lower ramp, it is going to solidify his team's chances here on this lower hold. Oh my god, the team play from CLG is so much to overcome right now. eLevate covering so many angles, but there's just too many, and the teamwork of CLG pulls through another time.
Yeah, and I think that was Roka that was coming down. No, maybe it was XB3. He came down through secret. Peter just snuck up right behind him, just waiting, just slowly walking, waiting his angle, and then as soon as he tried to hop up into the vents and get a frag there, he was basically pinched, because there's one in vents who knew he was there because Peter's following behind, and then Peter with a P250 in hand ends that. So, didn't work out. We're going to see, looks like a fast play here. eLevate just heading on into upper. Let's do it for 3 men, actually, out of hut, but they're all dead. Tarek is going to just put a stop to that. Stone cold by Tarek, as it is going to be Tarek getting another frag with his Tech 9, and he will get the ace. He gets the ace, goes hunting for it. His team was Rooting for him there, an ace on the board. That's always a nice feeling, especially in a competitive match. It's different getting an ace in matchmaking. Where you're killing 5 players on a competitive team. Yeah, it's pretty good feeling. Pretty good feeling.
Oh yeah, especially on this level. Like, Katowice qualifiers, man, doing big things is Tarek right now. He had a good showing at X Games as well, so we'll see how they do. Of course, it's not over yet. I guess I'm already counting eLevate out. Can't do that. But CLG, obvious favorites. It's going to be up to eLevate to put a stop to them right now, because they're on an onslaught right now through this gauntlet that is best of ones up until now with the qualifiers. I think they had to run through, what, like six, 7 rounds or something like that?
They started a round of 64? So yeah, they went through, some of them got a bye though, so I think it's been, yeah, at least 5 or 6 rounds. Lots of matches.
Yeah, it's a lot of best of one, so dangerous. But both teams made it to this point. eLevate looks to be priming up for an upper take, but what is XP3 going to throw here? He's going to throw an outside smoke, and they're going to throw a heaven as well. So looking like it is going to be an upper take from eLevate, and they need to start putting some rounds on the board on the terrace side here, because if you're going even on this terrace side, it's not going to work out for you as if you're already down. CT is slowly developing that monetary advantage. And now here comes eLevate coming out the squeaky. Still no frags, and finally CLG is going to show themselves. Nobody's taking out upper yet for eLevate. The take is so snagged. Easy cleanup for CLG.
Yeah, that didn't work out at all for eLevate. Now that high score line you were talking about, that is a devastating feeling as eLevate, they just felt it slip through their fingertips. They were at that score line near the end of that first half. We're just like, oh, if they close this out, they just need a couple rounds here. But CLG just find that inch, find that little advantage, and they ended up 10-5. But here we are. It's been 5 rounds in a row, and nothing for eLevate as of yet. So we'll see what they have in store. We've got a rifle round on our hands here, and an oh-so-important one as eLevate. Again, they need some sort of wind in their sails on this map. They need some momentum to work with. And at the moment, they've got none on this T side. So right now, we've got Liege up on Twinkie. Rush just kind of jumping up and down. The only problem I have with Rush doing this peak is that he's got the bomb on his back. So if anybody spots us out, automatically the bomb is now on the radar and everybody knows the location. So bit of a misplay doing that, but luckily for him, there's actually nobody there. Finesse. I don't know if he actually peeked there. They are pre-firing his location down the stairs in secret. But it does look like you're going to try and just take yard, but they're stuck here right now. 50 seconds left, and they've yet to really take any real estate other than that position.
Yeah, and it's kind of a tricky position if you're not really taking anywhere. So they do trade. Nicely done by eLevate so far. But when they try to take lower, look how many people are already lower for CLG. I mean, is Vensk the correct decision here? We got Hayes posted up on top. Wherever eLevate goes, CLG will be set up, but they are taken into lower now. FNS falters to XP3, and now, with that one frag, apparently they're going to be able to get the bomb down. So I severely overestimated CLG's strength there, but eLevate looking to make this 11-10. One more goes down, all up to Cutler. He falls as well, 11-10. And now eLevate, even though they won this round, this is where it gets really tricky for them, because if you look at CLG's money, they're set. They could buy another round if they lose this. For eLevate, not so much. If they lose this, they're back to square one. They got to save again. This is eLevate's major chance if they want to win this match.
Certainly, and yeah, if they can get a couple in a row. I would assume so as well. I think that they definitely want to put their hardest effort in here and try to make this happen, as I'm sure they're not counting themselves out of this map yet, and for good reason, as like you were saying, if they can pick up this next one, might be another buy for CLG, but it's probably going to be a bit of a weaker buy compared to what we've been seeing, Peter, with the op and such. But if they can break that as well, then they've got an eco round, and that's the beautiful situation they want to find themselves in. But let's not get too ahead of ourselves here. We do see Squeaky Door has been removed from the map, as Roka just peeking right through, and they've blown that to smithereens, and now just working from lobby. Got 3 the terrace, and again, they know how important this round is. XP3 actually deserves some credit. I believe he got a 4K in that last round, so great work by him. We'll see if the kind of individual play can come up from all the players here. Storm being a little bit quiet. Rush taking down Cutler. FNS getting 2, though, and now Tarek picking 1 up. So it is a 2v4. XP3 needs to go massive once again, and Storm, the one I was just referring to, needs to help out if they're going to take this round. 35 seconds on the clock.
Yeah, wow. Rarely do you see Storm on the bottom end of a score disparity like this. Usually one of the more consistent players throughout the years. But XP3 doing pretty good as usual, but these two old legends need to come up massive right now. This is horrible for eLevate right now, as only XP3 left. 4 1 versus 1s on you, like you said, on Nuke. Highly improbable, especially he only has 5 seconds left here, so gonna just save. The rest of his team is gonna be saving next round. No bomb plant. Their money's gonna be so low. They're gonna have to use XP3, but where do you go with only one gun on Nuke? Do you try to work ramp? I mean, it's obviously gonna be smoked off. There's gonna be like counter nades, flashes, and everything. The gun might be hard to recycle. If you take it outside, you're gonna have to deal with PTR's op. There's no use going for a pick upper if you're trying to recycle that gun. It's a really tough position here on Nuke, so see what eLevate decides to do. Oh, one thing I didn't think of was boosting him on top of Twinkie, so that is what they're going to try to do. So let's get eyes on XP3 here, as he is the only chance of eLevate right now. I suppose they do have some Tech 9s, so he's looking for Peter outside. If he can get this frag onto Peter, I'd give him a good chance, but Peter, too swift with that AWP. Giving it to him, and they are going to be able to recycle that weapon, so now it's Storm's chance to be the man. The previous two couldn't get anything done in that last round. So PTR has been smoked off here, but no entrance to the secret, so they are trying to take up outside, but I think this is going to work out disastrously for them.
Yeah, Peter still alive in Garage is a huge threat for them, as FNS does get one. Storm picking up a frag, but Peter connects onto Rush, and the bomb is down, and connects on Storm, dropping onto Mini Roof as well. So some nice reaction shots from Peter. And that was some solid play. They tried to recycle that AK-47. You saw Storm just kind of like crouching beside XP3, just like waiting for it to happen. It's like he expected it. It's
like the wrong side of the weapon.
You're gonna die, bud. Yeah, you're gonna die, bud. I'm gonna get that weapon. So Storm ended up getting one, but wasn't enough. As 12-11, we do see a buy on the board for the T's, but things looking bleak as so much money. We've got Hazed with 11K on the board, so economy is it's looking pretty good. It's looking pretty good.
eLevate needs to win at least 2 rounds in a row, and I don't think they've done that yet here on the Terrace side, so it's looking really bad for them. And man, this nade work from CLG crippling eLevate as they try to enter outside, but it doesn't matter. Even though they have low health, they're still firing back. 3 frags to 1 right now as they take up outside. CLG voted a lot of their chips into holding outside, but it's not working out for them here. Cutler 1 versus 3 now when the dust settles. From Heaven gets another one, breaks his ankles. He drops down from the ladder, so he hinders his own chances. Could not catch the ladder. He was reloading his AK. Both hands occupied, I guess. I know it doesn't work like that. But 1 versus 2 here. If CLG can take this round, I'm calling it right now. This is eLevate's last chance. They need to make this 1 versus 2 happen. Was that a fake plant from eLege? No, the bomb is just now getting into the bomb site. Wow, where is Cutler? He's going in to the window side. The trade needs to be there for eLevate. The door is open for Cutler to make something happen right now. He knows one's went into that. Oh, eLege with the frag from the back of the bomb site. Cutler, little mesmerized. XP3 opening the doors on the opposite side. But that's a big win from eLevate. Bomb down, 2 guns saved. They need to win this round.
Yeah, look at the money situation. We do have... They're able to buy, obviously, on the CT side, but not a heck of a lot. That 11K we were talking about, that's dwindling. It's going to be 6,600 on Hazed. That is the richest player. The next up is Cutler with 1,100. So, not a lot of money here, as very, very important round. eLevate pulling themselves back in. This is the round that they certainly need to put away if they want to do so. As right now, it looks like they're going for some sort of outer play. We've got a Liege boost up. Storm as well. They're just going to run. You can't run through the smoke. Just jump right over it. Just boost right over the box. So it works out. And Liege down to 13 HP, though. Finesse still alive outside in Heaven Rafters. 61 HP. Gets dropped down very low. XP3 collecting the frag. And that's a huge pickup early on in this round as they're moving down through Secret.
Wow, is eLevate in this match? I mean, if they could take this round, CLG might have to save, and they need to come up with this inner hold right now. Tark, stepping up when it matters, but Roka is there with the trade, so 3-on-3. CLG is throwing members everywhere right now. They're so spread out, but it's working out for them because everybody's getting the frags. Finally, it's ended by XP3. 2-on-2. Roka coming in with the flank now. He is... No, Tarek, the team play from CLG is too strong to set up. They're just working out for them. 1 versus 1. Cutler, XP3, old versus new school right now. If XP3 can get this, his team is in this. Cutler needs to watch out for a couple angles right now. XP3 is deciding where he wants to go. Cutler is playing this so beautifully, rotating his position. Oh my god, did XP3 see his legs? I don't think so. Cutler, dangerous game of cat and mouse here. XP3 goes for the spray, he gets the frag, and eLevate is in this match. We might be looking at a CLG save.
Oh, wow. XP3 makes it happen there. There's a little bit of a struggle from both of them, quite honestly, but XP3 will get the better end of that exchange in 13-12. eLevate is definitely in this match. Look at the money on the CT side. Hazed does have 8k, but that is not enough to fully equip the team. They're going to be pistoling up, as I do believe he dropped some upgraded pistols to his team. So being that it's super CT-sided, we can't just say that this is a free win of a round.
Yeah, CLG has good ecos.
Yeah, with the team communication, they just work it out so... Yeah, they've got some really nice strategies. Generally speaking, it's not a standard default where they just kind of play sites like they usually do. They have really good communication, really controlled aggression.
Right now.
We see Roka, though, taking down Tarek. It's going to be Hayes getting one, but yeah, you're correct. They're just playing sites and a little bit uncharacteristic. Peter just... He's playing outer and back garage with a pistol, and he's going to get dropped for it. That's almost a flawless round. And you got to think that, why didn't they try and mix up some aggression there? Playing the site with pistols, you're just... Peter's not going to... He doesn't have an op in a P250. It doesn't... His other op is not a P250. So, I'm sure he hopes it was, but didn't work out. And 14-12, eLevate looking to steal Nuke from the hands of CLG. They had it. CLG had the match. eLevate crawling their way back in.
Yeah, you don't expect a 10-10 number, 10-10 scoreline to eventually be 14-12 terrorist side, so eLevate's doing big things, and just as we were talking about the CLG eco rounds, they play standard. So, oh, but look at this, Tarek pushes up outside, puts the game in his hands, wow. Triple, gets all 3. Everybody from outside is dead, and he's not done just yet. Finds another head, Tarek is going off right now. Roka. Oh my god, is he about to get dropped by Tarek? Tarek's not done yet. Roka! Those are 2 big fraggers versus each other right now, but Tarek already has blood all over the silo, but PTR finally ends the round. So, big round win by CLG. And right now, just check out the work from Tarek.
What a play from Tarek. Right when we say where's the aggression on the eco, Tarek's like, no, that's why I'm saving it for the rifle round. Just pushes outer and gets an insane, spree of kills. He got 4 in total. Almost got Roka as well, but Roka put an end to the madness. So, 14-13, not out of this yet. This is a hell of a map to start off this best of 3. Usually Nuke, a little bit of a one-sided situation, but we're on a 14-13 score line. With the T's coming back, like you said, from a 10-10 scoreline, not expecting this, so here we go. This is... Every round is important from here on out. We've only got a couple left in this first map, so at the moment we've got Rush just playing right outside of ramp. It's going to be XP3 playing outside, Storm with him as well, Elysian Roka once again playing inside a lobby, so it's working slow. They're going to be smoking out in yard, and Hayes playing from secret stairs. We'll be able to gather some intel if he decides to peek up, but at the moment just playing a slick angle, hoping for someone to peek from T-Red, but nothing happening as of yet. 50 seconds left on the clock. Yeah.
CLG goes... Oh my god, I can't believe they did that. I cannot believe they just did that. They went for a 1.5-man ramp push. I mean... FNS was the only guy peeking, and Cutler was just there for assistance. But right there, they may have just handed the match to eLevate. eLevate, already 1 member up. It's so much easier when you take into the bomb sites. But they go for another aggression that CLG tries to take up into the secret area. Oh, PTR from the heavens needs to come up big for his team right now. CLG, the teamwork, just like I was talking about before. Everybody on Nuke, or all the CTs on Nuke, if they're playing in the vents area, is just a half second away from rotating. And that's what we saw right there. As eLevate pressured lower a little bit, everybody was already set up for the CTs, and just when they take upper, everybody flies up the vents and the round is over. PTR also coming up big from the heavens, but eLevate might have just thrown their last chance away.
They could have 14-14, and they've got nothing for this round. Absolutely nothing coming in. Elige gonna be rocking the Tech 9. They've got a couple P250s, but this is a sad situation for the eLevate lineup. They are just gonna be heading over to... Looked like they were hoping for a ramp push, but you're not going to catch CLG without a smoke there this early in the round. So now they're forced to wait it out. And this is where things get interesting, as they're all just in the same location now. XP3 heading up on top of lobby, but they need to be very careful, as the aggression from CLG has been there every once in a while in the round. So that's why we saw XP3 push back up to lobby and check outside just to make sure there's no large flank there, as now heading towards ramp. Roka leading that charge. Flashbang. Beautiful flashbang. Cutler still on the other side here. He will get, or he's dropping down as all of the players coming out through team. It's going to be FNS picking up 2, though. Peter going down. FNS getting dropped. And now it's a 2v3. They've got an AWP and an M4 in hand. No armor, but still, this is a situation where they can make something happen here. XP3, though, gets dropped by Hayes. I believe he saw a bit of his shoulder, hoping to get that headshot angle, but Hayes saw as much as he did. Now AWP in hand. Roka tries to fly up into the heavens, but Tark drops him as quickly as he goes up. And 15-14, things looked a little bit scared there for CLG momentarily, but now they're on match point, and eLevate has got to be kicking themselves. They were so close to bringing this back.
Yep. This is it. This is it. I didn't think we were going to have this close of a match when the score was 10-10, but this is eLevate's last chance, and now they got to bring it up to overtime. They're not fighting for the win just yet. And where does eLevate go? What has worked the best for them? A lot of times lower in recent rounds, CLG has stepped their holds up. So eLevate doesn't opt to go for any rush. No pun intended. Oh man, Hayes onto Roka, though. That is a bad start. So that is one prong down for eLevate, and they're trying to press the matter outside. Look at the setup from CLG, though. We got Tarek already pushed up by the red, and he could end this again right now. But it's Elige peaks at the right time, evens the numbers out. The bomb is waiting to take inside, or he's on top of lobby right now, so the bomb is very spread out from his team. Hopefully for eLevate, he doesn't get caught out, but this could be it. It looks like eLevate is going to be taking in from the vents into upper. Dangerous play here. Hayes is on the flank. They need to get a move on it right now. They need to move right now. Otherwise, CLG is going to be set up. And now here it comes. They're trying to come up the vents. FNS pushes into the lobby. He goes down. But Hayes and Peter both get a frag apiece for CLG. Oh my god, down to a 2 versus 2. Peter from above can't find anybody to shoot. The bomb's getting planted. Plenty of time. Peter goes down. We're looking at overtime right now. Cutler 1 versus 2. Engaging inside of the hut. He's going to see Rush first. Rush goes down. 1 versus 1. Elige gets the 1 tap. We're going into overtime. eLevate is not done just yet.
What a round from Elige, the 4K. He goes massive when his team needs it. He takes out Tarek, the person that they are so worried about when they're pushing outside. That frag was so crucial for their confidence. They shut him down, moved down to secret. What a play, busting into upper like that through the vents and such. What a round, and that's bringing them back. We're now in overtime, and we start fresh. MR5? What are we doing here? I think it's 10 rounds, so we do 5 on each side. So, oh geez. So ESL
We're
is
going
a little bit different
deep
here.
Deep waters tonight, boys.
Deep waters indeed. We're going to have 5 rounds on either side.
This is a whole lot of Nuke to be replayed, man.
Yeah, that's huge, actually. That's a big difference than doing the regular 3-on-3 rounds. So now we've got a lot of opportunities for things to shift even further. Who knows where the momentum goes this first round of overtime. eLevate, if they can pick it up, that's huge for them. But on the other flip side, we already see a frag early on, XP3 on the bench. So moving right in here, a minute left.
So it's a fine line to tread. When you win, you bring it into overtime, you're all hyped up, you want to get that first frag and everything, you want to keep that momentum going. But I guess not working out for eLevate. 2 frags already in favor of the CTs, and on a map like Nuke more than any, it's so difficult to come back from a player deficit, unlike, say, Dust 2 or something like that, where it's so easy to cut off players that are trying to rotate when you fake towards a site. Nuke is not that kind of map by any means, but CLG gets the round, all frags going their way, no casualties, and something to note, difference between MR6 and MR10, or MR3 and 5, is that economy is a factor. You start out with 16k, but if you lose 3 in a row, you could have to save in overtime.
Right, exactly. Whereas the other way around on MR3, It's only usually if you buy an AWP, then you have to be worried about that kind of economy. But here, yep, we are live, round number 2, as I'm still a little bit taken back as to how big this overtime is. It really is like a new match has just started. So
we got a new game, man.
Pretty much. FNS getting XP3 early, and that's a second round in a row where XP3 is going to be the first pick. And now with one player down, oh, Tarek, actually, I missed that. Roka getting a key frag, evening up the player count. That's definitely going to favor the T's, as we're in a rough spot with a player down. Evening things up, we do see Hazed on the other side of the smoke, and ooh, flashing through, but it's going to be Hazed on the other side. He gets 2. Can he get 3? He gets all 3. What were they thinking? They tried to flash through, and Hazed, he is not going to let that happen. It's all up to Roka here, and he's going to get dropped by Peter. That was not going to work out.
Man, they went through, flashing through the smoke. And, no, I'm not going to do a Christmas terror. Not going to do that.
Oh,
but
man.
They went for it. I mean, you can see now Hazed right through the... He played that smoke so well. And avoiding the flash was what got him all these frags. Nicely done by Hazed. And now CLG up 2 in this overtime. And now eLevate. You can see their money slowly dwindling. Okay, there, I got it. So if they lose one or two more, they're not going to be able to buy. If they lose this one, they're not going to be able to opt. Oh my God, the switch up from CLG. They put Peter in the hut. And I think that's the first time all match. So waiting until overtime to bring out the stops. Crazy stuff from CLG here. They have gotten the advantage off of that gambit, and now eLevate in another spot where they have to come back from a man deficit. I mean, I wish there was some sort of statistics we could look at. If eLevate doesn't get the first frag, I believe their round win rate is going to be near 10%.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with that.
On the terrorist side, that is.
Right, exactly. So, Roka, I question the kind of hut aggression there just a little bit, as we see what happens when they're down a man. We're going to have XP3, though, taking down Peter. Cutler firing back, taking down Rush. It's all up to XP3 and Storm. They've made their way down into Secret. Flashbang's out from Haze, but he's going to get dropped. Nice headshot from Storm. And in a 2v3, they do have a little bit of control. Not of the site, but ooh, immediately, simultaneously going down, as they had control of just the stairwell outside of control, right in control room there. But yeah, as soon as they popped out into the site, beautiful crossfire. One of the things, again, we can't compliment them enough. CLG with their team play made that work beautifully. And now it's a lot of rounds in the favor of CLG, as if they can pick up all 5 and they only need 1 round on the T side. I believe I'm doing that math correct. They need 6 rounds to win this overtime.
Yeah, I'm questioning my math too, as only one player, it seems, XP3 might have to save for eLevate if they lose this next round. Or this round, I should say. So, unless you opt, you'll be able to buy every single round on these 5-round OTs. I don't think we've ever saw this in America, at least when I've been playing competitively. Maybe Sivo way back in the day, but let's ignore that thought, as eLevate is coming into upper. The rotates this time aren't working out for CLG. Somehow, eLevate gets control of both sides of the vents and cuts off all the rotates from CLG. Suddenly, the 1 versus 3, 1 versus 2 FNS can't get it done. And eLevate was just about to talk about the confidence coming into the next half. And if eLevate didn't win 1 round, I was giving it to CLG right then and there. But even with 1 round, so much confidence on the CT side to know we have just a 1-round blanket. We can screw up 1 time, but that's it. So eLevate's going to need a super clean hold coming into the next half.
Yeah, and we saw them do really well for themselves on that CT side. It wasn't until the end of the half when CLG realized, okay, guys, we need to put some rounds on the board here. They were able to kind of scramble together and get those last 2 rounds, but eLevate definitely solid on that CT side. Like you said, getting that 1T round just creates that dream. Guys, win out on that CT side. Let's make it happen here. If they can get 2, they're in a beautiful spot.
Yep.
As that's going to be rough for the CT side of CLG, but this is the last round of the first half of overtime. So we're going to see what strats they decide to go for. At the moment, we've got 4 heading outer. It's going to be everybody except for Roka. Roka's still playing towards lobby and heading down towards Secret. We've got 2 of the players make it 3. XP3 still utilizing his AWP outside, and he gets Peter.
Whoa.
FNS gets dropped as well. and that's a 5v2 as Tarek and Hayes need to go absolutely massive. Tarek gets one. He peeks out of the vents, tries to get another, but will fall back into the vents here. He will get Roka as well. And look at how much damage done. Only 74, or rather, only 30 damage done to him. So still lots of HP to play with. Hayes playing from on site. On the other side of the smoke, it does look like they just want to take this lower bomb site, though, as Elige will be coming out of the control room window. He does spot Hayes, but that will be one frag for him. Trading back, though, in Tarek, this is completely winnable. He's going to wait for that bomb plant noise, and he sees XP3. 28 HP on XP3. Can he make it happen here? He's going to push out. The bomb's been planted. Storm now inside of... No! XP3 puts him down! Headshot, and that's 2 T-side rounds. Massive for eLevate.
That was a nutty shot by XP3. Not sure whose eyes we were looking through there, but XP3 was looking for the vent peak. Tarek just barely crossed his screen and dropped down, and XP3 just hit an op shot from the gods at that point. And securing his team 2 rounds on the terrace side, we might be seeing eLevate take this, but we are just on a quick lull right now, as I believe Peter was the guy who called the pause. So it's going to be 17-18 eLevate starting on the CT side. And just to put it in perspective, CLG needs to win at least 2 on the terrace side out of 5. Not necessarily a number that's comforting or cozy at all for CLG. They have a lot of work ahead of them. And if eLevate can come up 1-0 in this best of 3, second map being Dust 2, third map being Cash, that's looking good. I mean, I'd give eLevate a better chance on Dust 2 than I would say Cash. I've seen CLG play excellent on Cash, but then they did drop out to Liquid on it too, so I guess they're not too sound on it, but yeah, a whole bunch of theories right now. Too many. But
exactly.
We gotta plug some stuff, right? Cyberware.
We sure do. Yeah, we've got...
You're much better at it than I am. I usually blow it and end up giving away a gun or something.
You're like, oh man, I'm out 3 skins. What happened there? So we're doing a Facebook giveaway, guys. So make sure you guys like our Facebook page. This is for a GTX 960 graphics card. So we're not doing the little skins here. This is a big boy giveaway. We're gonna be giving away some nice computer hardware. So this is courtesy of Cyberware. So the only thing you need to do to enter is like our page on Facebook. That's RGN. As well as that, you need to be liking Cyberware LLC. So make sure you find and follow, or not follow, not talking about Twitter here. Make sure you find and like both of those pages, and that is all you need to do to enter the giveaway. If you like both, you are set up. We're going to be announcing the winner of that giveaway. And by the way, it doesn't matter where you live. They're going to ship it to you. They don't care where. Yeah, we're getting it to you. So don't worry about that part. If you guys are international, yeah, again, don't worry. Make sure you guys just enter in there.
Santa Claus wins.
Exactly. We've got Laser Jesus just going Santa Claus status. He's going to drop it off mid, just airdrop it. So don't worry.
Oh,
and
yeah.
we'll make sure we pad it, though. It's a graphics card. We don't want to airdrop that and hurt it. So we got it. We got it. But it does look like we're about to go live here once again. The restarting, so guys, keep in mind, it was 3-2 in that first half. They're restarting here because it went live, and then they decided to use the restroom. So no big deal. We're about to go live in the second half of this overtime, though.
Yeah, eLevate. Looks like we're not starting just yet, but we were, but we're not now. But eLevate, if you're just joining us and are confused by the scores, eLevate needs to win 4 rounds to end it, 3 rounds to bring it into another overtime. Please no, and CLG needs to win 3 to end it. Or no, 3 to end it. Oh god, my math. 3 to end it, 2 to tie it. But now, are we going to start? Oh god, we're not going to start this yet. So a whole bunch of not lives and everything. I'm not sure what's going on between the 2 teams. But again, very tense situation here. It's like we have a whole new match on our hands.
Yeah, no, that overtime, we were both pretty surprised when the config on the server switched over to 10 rounds on OT. So, like we were saying,
is this enjoyable for anybody? Like, who enjoys MR10? I don't know. Do you? Maybe I'm just biased towards it.
If it wasn't on Nuke, I think I would like it a little bit more. But still, I think it is quite a bit to play out. I don't know. If you look at other sports and how they do overtime, if you talk about hockey, they do a whole nother it is a little... Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how you do it. I personally like the 3-on-3. I think that that's enough rounds that the better team's probably going to come out of that. But definitely, the longer you make it, the more opportunity for technically the better team to come out, I guess. So I would say it favors that. But... is it as enjoyable? Is it as entertaining? Does it drain the players too much in a best-of-3? Those are all questions that are definitely valid.
Exactly. Like, it's max round 30 usually. It goes into overtime, max round 40. Double overtime, max round, that's 50. That's 3 potential matches done already. I mean, MR3, and I think a 10-round overtime kind of diminishes the 3, like, how vital just those 3 rounds are in comparison with 5. I don't know. Nothing's gonna change. I've been rallying for the taser to be in the knife round since this game started, pretty much. Actually, since this game started, yes, I have been doing that since this game started. I haven't seen nothing from that, but finally we are gonna go live. And these players, like, how deep into this? If this goes to a map 3, not questioning any of the players' stamina and everything, but that is a lot of Counter-Strike to be played, especially these grueling overtimes. But once again, if you're just joining us, eLevate needs 4 to end it here on the CT side. 3 to bring it into another overtime. On the terrorist side, CLG needs 3 to end it, and 2 to bring it into another overtime. If you don't know much about it, this is an incredibly CT-sided map, and let's see if eLevate can hold it here.
Let's see what happens. CLG now on that T side, as they just have the bomb right outside of lobby, playing very slow. They've got Hazed and Tark working outside of lobby, the rest of them playing outer. Peter boosted up on Twinkie, but he's got no one actually contesting him. The nearest player is going to be XP3 that occasionally he's peeking out of heaven, just looking outside as he wants nothing to do with that op battle, at least directly outer against Peter. So, as we see here, still smoke towards ramp, but couple players heading in that direction. Maybe just going to wait it out here. A little bit of damage done through the smoke. Cutler down to 67. But I do believe it is going to be a ramp side play as Hayes now crouch peeking out. Tark behind. Peter as well. Flashbang comes out as we see Storm just dropping straight into lower. Wants nothing to do with that battle. And now we see the real state of ramp room completely in T's favor.
Yeah, how do they use it is the question, though. We see Storm in that squeaky room. Whoa, Peter executes his teammate and rushes another one in the meantime. Oh my god, this is going horribly for CLG right now. It looks so good. They got ramp control. And then Peter shoots his teammate. Another goes down for them. Suddenly they're in a 1 versus 4 with Hayes. He has a rifle of a demon, but it's not going to matter. He can't find anybody. And eLevate gets the first one. A 4-1, even a 5-0 is not even improbable on Nuke. So eLevate with a great start.
Yeah, so I do believe it's 3-3 now, correct? We had 3 for the CTs, 2 on the T side, now switched over, so it's 3-3. First one to 6, or if they both get to 5, we start all over again. So that was very important, though, as on the T side, you want to start off with some momentum, and being that they took control of that ramp room, that's a lot of room to... You usually don't get that for free like they did. So to not be able to convert at that point, the team kill as well, how does that frustration come into play? But XP3 gets the headshot and takes down Finesse in a single blow. And now it's all up to Peter and Hayes, and they're going to get dropped as well. Flawless round here from eLevate, and if they can secure this momentum, they need 1 more. They're on match point right now. They picked up 2. Or no, they're not. What am I talking about? They got 2 on the T side. They are almost there, but not quite. Getting ahead of myself.
CLG is going to have to just throw the meta out the door right now because they need every single round from here on out if they want to win it. They need 2 out of 3 on Terror's side just to bring it into another overtime. So eLevate now claims significant lead here on the match, especially because they're on the better side. So where does CLG put? They need to just basically go all in at this point with their strategy. Now is the time you pull out the stops, and man, Peter almost taking down Tarek again. You would not hear the end of that in Mumble if that happened again, but let's see. Oh, Hayes, frag onto Elige. This is what I like from CLG. When they do their run and gun strategies, their trades are on point, their run and gun rifles are usually winning the battles, or at least 50-50. So in taking outside, that they've had a lot of success throughout the match with that. But XP3 onto Peter, catches Peter unscoping to move his position, and that might even be the match right now, because if Peter would have gotten that frag, Heaven could have been open, could have been a different round, but the terrorist side have a very goofy setup here. The bomb is in the CT's clutches outside, and CLG has a member below Heaven and 2 lower, but FNS, the player below Heaven, does take down Storm. But now the problem is, how do they get control of the bomb? Because the CT set up beautifully. They need to get a player into Heaven or something. FNS is still debating if he wants to go Heaven or not, but they're running out of time, and they need to get control of the bomb right now.
Yeah, Cutler coming up the stairs here. Xanier's 1-2, but XB3 up on Twinkie gets that frag, and it's all up to FNS and Hazed as FNS moving up towards the bomb, but doesn't realize Rush close. And that's going to be the frag, as Hazed was able to pick up Roka, but with 9 seconds left on the clock, this is a done round. No peeks from the CTs. They're not playing around with this round. That is going to be it here, as Hazed runs out of time, and now on match point, we see that's the 3rd round, so 5 rounds in the favor of eLevate. 1 more and they put this away, and oh boy, would that feel good for them.
Yeah, it's dangerous. Things are not boding well here for the terrorist side. Peter only with a Tech 9 sitting at -1 and 3. This is not a score you want to have in the final half of overtime. And look at this, Elige. What is that weapon right now? Is this even allowed in competitive play? He's got a Negev. And oh my god, the T side, he goes down with the Negev. Did he just fumble the match for his team right now? He could have allowed another overtime with that buy. He didn't get to pull it off anyway, so I'm not sure that caused. FNS gets 1 in the Heaven. XP3 quick on the rotate, and that's too bad.
That's just too bad. Yep. So,